Oi, oi, alright, how's it going? I'm Grant, you're you, this is Doodle Review, and we're a channel that reviews albums from a pretty wide spectrum of music anyway, but on Sundays, it's all about that jazz, or at least stuff that's in the jazz wheelhouse. This is Sunday Jazz Club, and today we're talking about an artist called V.C.R. I first came across Veronica Camille Ratliff, aka V.C.R, on the latest Andre 3000 record, the experimental jazz flute album New Blue Sun. Her violin was featured on the pensive and intriguing track 93 Till Infinity and Beyonce, and as I have done with many of the artists featured on that record, I decided to go deep once I'd learned a little more about this Memphis-born artist. This album, The Chronicles of a Caterpillar, is hard to classify as jazz because it's hard to categorize itself. Describing her art, Ratliff calls her music a blend of gospel, soul, funk and classical music that produces a new paradigm she dubs cinematic soul. Adding another layer to her work, Ratliff also takes great inspiration from literature. In her own words, she pulls from fantasy authors like J.R.R. Tolkien as much as the works of composers like Tchaikovsky. All of these elements are beautifully rendered on this album, which feels equal parts like a long summer daydream and a vivid storybook. After an introduction that makes us feel as if we're drifting in and out of consciousness in a hospital bed, we arrive at the first track proper, Lothlorien. For the Lord of the Rings fans among you, you might recognise this as the name of the woodland realm of the elves. In the lore of that series, the region is seen as like a sacred paradise, and here V.C.R most definitely pays tribute to that. The piece begins with plucked strings, and slowly as the track progresses, the vocals layer and layer to build a cushion of sound alongside the instrumental. The overall effects of the piece are ethereal, but with like a slight sinister undertone. This piece leads us to Mini Lives, which takes some of those background feelings and builds a slow, almost R&B track on top. Ratliff's violin, atop of these reversed guitar sounds, produces a beautiful melancholy that sweeps over the track, with her lead vocals and overall aesthetic reminding me of Erykah Badu. The track does quite forcefully fit a rap feature from Pink Sifu with a transition that doesn't wholly work, but within the context of this dreamlike record, the scene has, I guess, already been set for kind of unforeseen left turns, so in that respect I kind of understand it. As if to demonstrate that, Trip takes us once again in a different direction, from the dark, slowed verse of Sifu to a bright and breezy guitar-led track that is the epitome of a relaxed summer afternoon. Once again, Ratliff's violin finds these perfect moments to accent a chord change that makes the piece sound wholly hers without being overbearing on the arrangement. This track features loose percussion played with a heavy swing that creates a deep groove. Wake Up, a harp-based interlude, perfectly encapsulates the feeling of being in a day's post-mid-afternoon sleep before we jump into the stripped-back mugwort. Here, Ratliff's violin takes more of a centre stage alongside her excellent vocals. It also features these clapping sounds that are propulsive and weirdly hypnotic. Before the final story-based vignette that closes things out, Every Day ends things musically with an arpeggiated guitar that serves as the backing to these amazing beds of vocals. This album barely reaches 30 minutes in length, but manages to take you on an epic, dreamlike journey in that time, touching on classical, folk, R&B, gospel and soul. The record doesn't really fit the parameters of jazz by any stretch, but I wanted to talk about it here because I think if you're open to that wide genre of music, you'll find a lot to love here. This is a 9 out of 10 for me. Alright, enough faff from me. What did you think? Let me know if you've heard this, or if you're new to it, what did you think? Hit me in the comments, tell me what you thought, and if you made it this far, don't be cute, don't be coy, stop messing about and just subscribe. Obviously we have Sunday Jazz Club every week, but we're always hitting you with new reviews, and we've also got Saturday specials and different series like that. We've got a ton more stuff coming your way, so yeah, don't forget to subscribe, share some thoughts, show some love, or just hurl some abuse in the comments. Check out some other videos you might like that are linked in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers mate, bye.